Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hadith disciples and hadith disciples. If you notice, oftentimes we give our khutbahs and our F.M.Fs, 5 minutes of fa'idas, different titles, different names. Oftentimes the names are vague or ambiguous, sometimes confusing, or sometimes weird and strange, peculiar, mystical names and titles. Alright? We don't do this by accident. Oftentimes a lot of thought goes into it, and there are other times in which there's no thought at all. It comes naturally. It could be something that I see, something that I hear, something that I talk about, something that I read, something of history, a cultural reference, a religious reference, philosophical reference, etc. So today's khutbah was called Frozen. And alhamdulillah, today I had a little bit of extra time, which is a rare occasion, and I saw some of the comments from the video. And one of the watchers, one of the viewers, they were saying, Sheikh, what exactly does it mean, frozen? And alhamdulillah, I saw two replies, or three. One interpretation was pertaining to someone being stuck and rigid like ice, and not being stuck in your bad ways in Ramadan, or even the good ways, but just constantly improving. And another interpretation was pertaining to the 283 diamonds, frozen, meaning ice, meaning diamonds, which is a colloquial term or cultural reference to diamonds and diamond jewelry. So I was very pleased that the viewers and the listeners and the watchers have their own views and opinions and interpreting and understanding. And I replied that both interpretations were right, and other interpretations which were better, other interpretations which could be applied. The point is that we try our best to allow and sometimes encourage and sometimes force the reader to do more than just watch and listen. We don't want people to just clone. We don't want clones. We don't want copycats. We want readers and listeners that are going to think and critically break it down and try to attempt to use their minds to the best of their ability. And perhaps they can have a greater appreciation, a greater value of the style, of the taste, of the technique. And it's not just a video. It's not just a lecture. It's not just a YouTube channel. But it's a mental, spiritual movement to get people to think critically, emptying the cup, assuming formlessness, being open, never restricting yourself to one style, never being stuck in a corner, with regards to your mind. So there's a few points of reflection with regards to today's khutbah, other khutbahs, other lectures, and most importantly from the Hadith Disciple school of thought is that we don't come to the crowd, we don't go to the crowd. Rather, we demand that the crowd comes to us. It's only for certain people. It's only made for certain viewers, for certain listeners. There are different speakers, different lecturers, scholars, students, callers. They have their own style, they have their own method. So alhamdulillah, that's fine. And we have our own style, we have our own method. Those who like it, they're welcome to benefit and to view. Those who don't like it, alhamdulillah, you don't have to like it. That's your own discretion. Allah Azza wa Jalla has given you the ability to listen to and to watch other speakers and other listeners. But Hadith Disciple has a unique identity. It has a unique philosophy. It has a unique background behind it that we believe is something that has to be preserved and never ever changed. And most importantly is never ever to forget the etiquettes of the student. It's to trust the teacher, to empty your cup, to follow bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala, and have trust in the one that you're taking knowledge from. So that's with regards to the titling system, how we think, how we operate, how we maneuver, bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. The 5 minutes of fa'idah before that was called the mind that flows, and avoiding having a rigid, stuck mind, all right, and keeping your mind open, keeping it moving, keeping it fluent, keeping it fluid, and never ever being stuck on one concept, one scholar, one teacher, one book, one way of looking at it, but always being open for the haqq, for the truth, and for the fa'idah, and for the hikmah, the wisdom, wherever you may find it. This can also be found, or it's manifested in the locations of the 5 minutes of fa'idah. You see, we do locations. We've done 5 minutes of fa'idah in the blizzard, freezing cold, snowstorm. 5 minutes of fa'idah in the desert, the mountains. 5 minutes of fa'idah in the green, the grass, the forest, the trees. 5 minutes of fa'idah in the urban, the concrete jungle. 5 minutes of fa'idah sitting, walking, driving, flying in the plane. And that is symbolic that dawah is for all times, all places. Thinking, studying, benefiting, teaching, calling to Allah is never ever rigid. It's never stuck. So stay open, bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. Avoid blind following, avoid personality worship and hero worship, and keep your mind open and use the most powerful weapon that Allah Azza wa Jalla has blessed a human being with. Until the next episode of F.M.F.